It's a pretty short lesson. We're actually going to do a lot more of the stuff later on in the year, so we just kind of do a little brief of 2.2, okay? We're going to do direct variation, and with direct variation, we're going to do some proportions. Proportions. Okay, when two things are directly related, it means that if one quantity is going up, the other one's going up. Or if one quantity is going down, the other one's going down. So, cookies, all right? This is an advertisement, not an advertisement for my cookie sale. But if you were going to make your own cookies, right? And you decided, I'm going to make more. So I have to add more butter. So you're going to up, your amount of butter, which means you're going to have to up the amount of eggs or milk or sugar. So it has a direct variation, okay? That's what we're going to do. So when it's direct variation, both quantities are going up at the same time or down. And what we do is we set up a proportion. So we'll say y1 over x1 is going to equal the proportion of the other quantities, y2 over x2. Okay? So butter is to milk equals more butter is to more milk or something. It's the same proportion. Same proportion. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cross multiply to solve. Okay? So let's do 3 examples and then we'll call it a day. Number 1. All right, it says here that suppose y varies directly with x. They have to say that to you because there actually is other proportions, or not proportions, there's other variations like inverse variation, stuff like that. But suppose y varies directly with x. So they'll start off with that, which means you need to set up a proportion. And they say that y equals 9 when x is negative 15. Okay, so they'll always give you 2 things that go together. And then they'll say something like this. What is y when x is 21? What is y when x equals 21? Okay, and this is like a really good SAT type of question. You've seen this before, maybe on the PSAT or something. And if they're very directly, that means their proportions are equal, so we can set up a proportion to solve. So I'm going to do y is to x. I'm going to go 9 over negative 15, and that proportion is going to equal my other proportion. Now, I don't have y, so I'm going to put y as y over 21. Now, the thing that people will do wrong on these problems is they'll mix up the things. Like if you have y over x, it has to equal y over x, not the other way around. You can't have y over x equal x over y. That doesn't make sense, okay? All right, so you get to here, and then you want to cross multiply. So we're going to cross multiply to solve. So you go 9 times 21 is, what is that, 189 equals negative 15y. So 9 times 21 equals negative 15 times y. Divide by negative 15, and y is negative 12.6. And that's it. That's what you do. Set up a proportion and solve. I gave you like 8 of them this weekend. That's it. Okay, number 2. You get to try one. Yay. Number 2. All right, so y and x vary directly, blah, 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 blah. So here we go. Y equals negative 4 when x is 2.5. Okay, that's 2.5. What is x this time? What is x when y equals 10? All right, set up a proportion. You might want to get out your calculator. If you don't have one yet, make sure you get one this weekend. We're going to start using our graphing calculators next week.
Teach me how to graph.
Teach you how to what?
Graph.
Graph? Yes, that's what we're going to do next week. I'm going to teach you how to graph on your calculator. All right, so y equals negative 4 when x equals 2.5. What is x this time when y equals 10? So just set up a proportion. If you don't want to get out your calculator, that's okay. I'll help you solve it in a minute. I usually do y over x just because I think about slope as y minus y over x minus x. So I'll go negative 4 over 2.5 equals, now this time I start with y over x. I need to put the y, which is 10, and the x on the bottom, okay? Don't switch those around. All right, now go ahead and cross multiply. I get a negative 4 times x, 2.5 times 10. So then divide by negative 4. X is negative 6.25. Who got that? I heard it. A couple people. Good. On the video, 4, 5, 7 people got that right. Okay. All right, number 3. What? People don't know who has their hand raised if they're watching this. So my videos are trash. All right, here we go. Number 3. So since you're thinking, well, when are we ever going to use this in real life? Well, I have a word problem for you. You're welcome. Here they come. All right, last one. It says here that the number of calories varies directly with the amount of cheese consumed. Right? All right. The number of calories varies directly with the amount of cheese. We'll just say amount of cheese. Maybe you didn't eat it. It's just sitting there. You're thinking about eating it. Okay, what that means is the more cheese I eat, the more calories I've consumed, right? They go up at the same time. Perfect. All right, so they vary directly. They vary directly with each other. Now it says if 50 grams of cheese contains 200 calories, then how many calories are in 70 grams? How many calories are in 70 grams of cheese? Did you ever do a problem and then look back to see if it makes sense? Like, for example, if I'm going to solve this, and I know that 50 grams has 200, and then I solve it, and I get that 70 grams has 120 calories. Is that it right? Is that going to be right at all? No. Okay? Look to see if your answer makes sense. And the other thing is, if the question has words in it, your answer has to have words in it. Okay? That's just a given. All right, so let's set up a proportion. Here we go. 50 grams is to 200 calories, as 70 grams is to X amount of calories. Okay, and you could have flipped it. I could have done calories per gram equals X over 70. That would have been fine. And let's go ahead and cross multiply. 50X equals 14,000. So X is, anyone have the answer? 280. 280 calories. Good. 280 calories. Perfect.